Oh, welcome back. What the Frank, I know I've been hiding around a little bit and I've been a little bit under the weather, but let me get right back into it because I have a customer here and he says, Frank, he says, you know, how am I going to use the filters? OKM offers all these wonderful filters. How am I going to use them? I said, well, in honesty, I don't use any filters because if a scan is done correctly, you don't need to use any filters. And saying that, I want to jump right in. I've prepared a couple of examples here. And let's get started, all right? Because as I'm looking over here, I'm going to, you see this very first one here, I'm going to go and take a top view. And I'm going to take this top view here. And as you see here under modifiers, I have none. Absolutely zero. And we're going to go back to side view and I can twist this and turn this any direction I want and come up with anything here to say, hey, look, you know, I have a strong signal here off to the side here and I've got this really big red, but I'm always ending up with this cloudy, not clear image. Why? Why can't I see that? Because we look at all the examples and they're nice and clear. Click down here into this one button here called Visualization. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And over here, if you move these cross sections here, the soil type surface, okay, and the soil type cross sections, move those down to 0. Now you're going to end up with a clear image that you can look at. And let me go ahead and get these others out of the way here. And now all of a sudden you have a target that you can possibly see in this particular image. Okay, and I'm using this one here as an example. One of the things to watch out for is this image. Because of the diversity, I would say do it again. Absolutely. And I look at the size of the image. So when I'm coming over here to properties and scan information, I look over here and I see, well, 4 by 6 meters. Okay, the size is more than large enough because you don't want to have one that's too small. If this would have been like 1 by 2 meters or something, I would say, hey, whoa, way too small. 4 by 6 meters is good. And as you see here, I can even break it down and come up here into the top area and look at my wireframe. That's just right over here. As I click on wireframe, now I see the wireframe and I can see all of the different aspects here for each individual pulse. Okay, the more pulses you have, the higher the resolution. One of the things is there are some people here in marketing that are turning around telling you to use all these filters. I want to go to the next one. Here's this image here. I want you to keep this in mind. Then I'm going to go to the next one, and I have applied a filter. When I come over here to modifiers, you're going to see I have one-time interpolation here. And if I go into my scan information, I have entered this in because one of the important factors to keep here is your information. Where are you? What are you doing? What is this? Okay, this is all really important information. But as I put in here a filter, I have used interpolation. Again, it's exactly the same scan, 4 by 6 meters, not a problem. And now I look at it from the top view. Well, remember this view here, how I just had 2 little points? Now I'm coming over here into this view, and I have this really large area going, wow, what do I have here? Well, I'm going to apply some more filters. Maybe it's going to become better. Or is it? As I come over here, let me go and pull the top view. And I'm looking over here. Well, they look pretty much the same here. Because over here we have, in terms of our information here, I've used one-time interpolation on this one. And the next one I've used filter, interpolation, and subdivision. Very little difference. But then I said, well, maybe over here I had an area and I used signal correction. Now on this one, I've used signal correction and look how big this target is. Wow. it's not real. What you're looking at is an image that's been distorted. When you use filtering, you are to be very cautious with these filters. Please be careful. Because if you're going to do this, repeat the scans. Repeat the control scans. You don't want it once. You don't want it twice. You want it at least 3 times. And then come back at a complete another time and do it again at least 3 times. Before you put any shovel in the ground to exhume anything or to remove it, make sure that your target is real. Make sure that it does not move. Make sure that you have enough of a background so you can see it. The filtering can become excessive, and it can change your view from the original. So when you go over here, and I'm going to click on Windows and Arrange side by side, now I have all 4 of them. Number 1, okay, with none, and then I start changing these. You can see how this will completely change your scan. The best way is to make sure you do your scan correctly and to use your filters, but always keep your original. Make copies of your original. If you change your original and then you save it, then the data's gone. So always make a copy of your original so you can always revert back to it. Work on a copy, not on the original. This is Frank. I'm here to help you out with your OKM program, and we'll see you soon.